Greetings YouTube from the cold Northwest on a rainy day in December, and I wanted to talk about a Volvo 850 5-cylinder. It's a 1996 850 GLT, and this is a common problem with a lot of the Volvos that are in that range, especially in the 5 cylinders. And what we've got here is a fuse box. You can see how I have removed the cover off of it. It's just 4 screws, and it takes a Torx head to remove it, and it is a T25 that I use to pull it off. And you can see there's a red relay there. It says 103 on it. Here's the old one that I pulled out. What you have inside there are some points, and you got a circuit board in there. It can cause a couple of different issues. One, an absolute no start issue to where you just crank and crank and crank and crank on it and it will not run. And then more commonly what you get is during cold starts, the engine will start, fails to rev up, and then die right back down. And what you get from that is kind of like some sticking points on the inside. There's points and a circuit board in there. I looked online, and you can buy them on eBay anywhere from used for $25 up to a couple $100, depending on what you want to get. You can order them in a parts store, and you can get them for around $100 or so. And what I did is I'm into saving money, so I went over to Jalopy Jungle and I pulled one out. And the problem when you go to Jalopy Jungle and you pull parts out of a car or pick parts or whatever you call it, you risk pulling a bad part. You don't know why that car wound up there, not always. So I brought that home, put it in, and it was not an intermittent problem anymore. It would not start at all. I took it back, and I had noticed on the way out that there was a V70 Cross Country in 1999 that had the 5-cylinder in it, similar to this engine, and it had been hit real hard on the driver's side. So my theory is the car had to be running in order to get to that wreck. So I went back and I pulled this one out, put it in, plugged it in on a cold morning, started right up. But while I was there taking this one out, the guy at the counter took the other one apart, and he was able to show me very visible a couple of burned circuits on the circuit board, why it would not start at all. Now I'm told the cold start issue is the sticking points. But anyway, I hope that helps some of you out there, as that's an option for you. By the way, this relay here cost me $2.85 at Pick-A Parts. If you were to take it to a mechanic, they're going to charge you in the area of anywhere from $35 to upwards of $100 for a diagnosis, and then anywhere from $100 to a couple hundred for the part. And I want to put out there that that's not highway robbery. I mean, that's just a lot more. That's how they make their living. They have to pay their bills. They don't buy $2.85 parts to put in there. They buy new parts. They order them. They do the work to get the parts in. They get a little bit of markup on them. That's just business. And but if you're have a little bit of mechanical inclination, this is something you might be able to do yourself and save yourself a couple $300.